17 Commandments of the MasterMind, 2022. 1. Become as self-reliant as possible to benefit from decentralization. You're probably going to have to aggressively stash cash for 20 years to have an FU fund. You also may have to become a jack of all trades. 2. Concentrate on a few assets/investments and properly hedge them. Become somewhat of an expert before making a meaningful gamble. Read every issue of your investment newsletters. 3. Learn a little about a lot. Kiyosaki. 4. Anticipate enemies to derelict their duties in order to bait, discredit, or discourage you. They'll encourage you to do the wrong thing. It's about politics. It makes no difference if you're politically neutral or if you're literally a saint or literally a prostitute. Don't waste time repeating yourself for the new feudal lords. See First Commandment. 5. Network, although networking isn't working. 6. If you lack IQ and/or experience, follow your boss, advisor, and/or mentor carefully. Enemies will want to discredit your bosses, advisors, and mentors too. 7. Invest assets, time, and energy in the path of growth. 8. Simulation confirmed. Listen to Well-Reasoned Paranoia, recently published official documents, and Deja Vu. Of course, Professor says no, just rely on the New York Times. 9. Write down any hard and fast rules that are up there with the 5 commandments and the law of affection. Use caution in crowdsourcing the validity of your rules you come up with. 10. I have to stay retarded longer than they can stay solvent, one guy said on Reddit. Reflect on that brilliance. 11. Lazy people will consistently try to circumvent rules, circumvent procedures, make a huge issue of each exception to the rule, and nitpick. They've waited a long time to be chosen as the boss. They don't want to work. The new feudal lords can use them behind enemy lines, however. 12. Don't do anything with reality jerk-it court of public opinion. You can't judge. You can't have value. But the mafia gangsters and new feudal lords sure can. Don't try to prove your worth in reality jerk-it court or you'll be dismantling your future. How could communism spread to the U.S.? It's been in West Coast USA since the 1980s. Allow the cucks to guide you away from speech and media regarding 1913. 13. Market makers could potentially mess up returns. 14. I wouldn't have a stock portfolio made up of companies hoping to be taken over. Dividend traps, companies with obsolete patents, and pseudo-government companies. If the market jumps, you'll cry. My opinion. 15. UBL or vouchers for essential expenses should prevent riots over wealth inequality and keep homelessness under control. 16. Education is free because the student is the product. 17. Young and mentally competent college students may well come out of college and rather than be an industrial titan or a finance whiz, be a wet nurse, like the one in Atlas. Shrugged. Something to think on. Look at how the wet nurse and Jim Taggart ended up at the end of Atlas. Cypress Hill, anyone? 30 Steps to Becoming a King 1. Work for yourself. Own income-producing assets. Don't be a wage slave. 2. Don't worry about what other people think. It might be okay if you are feared. Leo. 3. Be action-oriented. Be vigilant in defending your kingdom and seizing opportunity. 4. Avoid bad debt. 5. Sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term results. 6. Write the rules. Find loopholes in existing rules. 7. You are not necessarily a slave to your subjects. 8. Avoid distractions from achieving your vision. 9. Be strategic, not random, compulsive, or manic. 10. Maintain standards for yourself, your servants, and your subjects. 11. Don't be afraid to confront enemies. Liu. 12. A king conquers his fears and doubts. Liu. 13. A king is a beacon. Liu. 14. Don't bend over backwards to please people. Liu. 15. Establish sovereignty. Resources, arable land, insurance, a space force. 16. A king takes full ownership of himself and his kingdom. Liu. 17. You might need to outshine a master. Drews. 18. Understand risk, scale, and limits to growth. 19. Maintain good health. 20. Hire the best teachers and coaches for your children. Keep anti-alphas away, they'll want in. 21. In building your kingdom, remember you could bear any difficulty necessary for a minute at a time. Bilzerian. 22. Understand, know what various tests do to your brain. What words cause panic, scarcity, fear, fight or flight, etc. 23. When in considerable doubt, ask yourself if there's even a chance. 24. Loser, troll, marketer, wannabe gangster will approach you with no real business and try to get you to quit a solid course of action. Years later, you'll find them homeless. 25. Use a framework to make your own blueprint. Lopez. 26. Your pronouns are king, conqueror, illimitable man. 27. Remove parasites from your kingdom. 28. Don't allow internal enemies. Keep foreign interests out. 29. Begin with the end in mind. Covey. 30. Ascertain who sent strawman.